So I'm trying to do my own iteration of a red Gyarados, but I want to fuse it with something. I'm using a template of one of my older paintings that I didn't really like anymore. I'm kind of using that to kind of get the form right. Hold on one second. Let me get some black real quick. And it's okay to kind of recycle paintings. Not every painting is going to be perfect, so if you lose interest in your painting, it's okay to start from scratch. Thank you, Abby. So just to give y'all a quicker result, I'll start with the darker tones first, so y'all can start seeing. Now, I kind of want to fuse him with Predator. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but I kind of want to fuse him with that. Notice I'm keeping some of the line work from the older painting that was on there. Thank you, thank you. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Trying to get the darks situated. This step is mainly for y'all, so y'all can start seeing the vision. But like I said, I want to kind of fuse this with a Predator's face. So, I'm trying to give the structure some sort of life here. And that's where the darker colors come in, because you know, the darker colors really bring forth the detail. Now, mind you, it's gonna be a little difficult to see who this is, like how this is gonna be. Like I said, just be patient. But anyways, I'm trying to do basically the face of what's his name? Of Predator here. So it's gonna be Gyarados with Predator's face, I guess, or a lot of similarities with Predator. And just like any other painting, it does take time. Unfortunately, it can't be done in 5 minutes. But it will be worth it. So see, that's why I'm getting all the shadows for the most part, situated. I wish I had a setup so that I don't have to be holding this phone this whole time, but like I said, it is what it is. Just bear with me. And then I misplaced my easel. I don't know what happened to it, but apparently it's gone. So, let me see. So this, guys, is my version of a red Gyarados. But, you know, still a lot to do on this one, so, you know, it's gonna be it's gonna take some time before it gets where I want it to be. Now, that might be too dark, but it's okay. This is just a rough draft. Just want to get some sort of shadow on the gums or the lips, whatever you want to call this. Now, obviously, paintings do take time. So just bear with me. This is just me trying to figure out where the shadows should sit. Okay. I know, no name. Isn't that crazy?
Your washer is done.
Isn't that crazy? All right, so let me go back to the red real quick. Now, obviously, painting is all about layering. The more you layer, the more the painting starts becoming amazing. See, so the more you layer, it starts building the elements here. Like I said, I wish I had more equipment. I used to have a little easel. I just can't find it. Actually, hold on one second, guys. I think I do have my easel. I think I remembered. Hold up. Hold up. Nope, I forgot where I put it. It's all good. Anyways, I used to have an easel. And it would have everything a little more organized. But unfortunately, I don't know where it went. What a shame. But anyways, acrylics dries fast. A lot of people like using acrylics because of that. Me included. Oils, they're awesome, but they just take forever. So you just keep working with it. You see how both colors kind of steal something from each other? You see that? See how that nice little blend's coming in? You just kind of repeat those steps until they become the fusion you're looking for. And then, of course, as it gets too dark, you can always add a highlight. See, so the dark color that I already put, that was a template to see where I'm at. Look how cool that eye looks already. Isn't that cool? But this was a template to see where I'm at. And you just keep working with it. Keep working with it until you like it, until it becomes the way you want it to be. Fatima was good. And see, so I'm using this to brighten these dark areas. Thing about acrylics is they're real thick too, so they will cover certain areas. And make sure when you're painting, you're going in one motion. If you're just like this, you know, it's gonna look all streaky. This is a red Gyarados, a wild red Gyarados. And obviously he doesn't have buck teeth. I'm just painting over an old painting, so that's why it seems as if he has teeth. See, I'm just building his muscle structures right here. This is just to brighten these areas. See? We're just brightening areas right now. Getting the muscle definition in his jaw and his face. You see how there's some definition happening? That's what we want. Thank you, thank you. See, so like I said, I laid the darker color first as a template to see where my shadows are. And then I finish it with the regular red. All right, so now, let me see. Let me get a brown. Give me 1 second, guys. Now, I don't have a brown, but it's kind of like a pink. And I might go good with it, so we'll see. All right. Why is he deformed? Because I'm painting over an old painting. Give me 1 second. Now I'm trying to speed up the process for y'all. So let me how about this? Let me start covering the areas where I know is supposed to be colored so you guys can see it better. And don't worry about the double color. I'll fix it later. So this is the inside of his mouth. And then his tooth will be right here, like that. I'm just doing these minor details so y'all can see this better. Don't get me wrong, he will still have a tongue, but I'll make some adjustments. Where's his other tooth? Probably right here. Gotta color this part. And his other tooth is right here. I don't know if y'all can see that. So I'll color his tongue for now. Let me just clean it up, I guess. That will be his tongue. And then build some shadow. Not much better? You can at least see the shape of his whatchamacallit, his facial structures a little better. All right, so now that I got black, I'll just go ahead and utilize some black. Ken, how long have you been doing this painting for? How long have we been going live? 21 minutes? This is a fairly new painting, but it wasn't another painting, so that's why I'm trying to cover the older painting underneath, while also making this new one happen. But like I said, I'm using this black so you guys can see the image better, because I know it's tough to to see it in the process. Remember me? Yes, I do. What's going on, bro? All right, so I'm just highlighting the details here with some black, so y'all can see the image a little better. Appreciate it, JJ. Thank you, Whit Coop. Much love, guys. So see, guys, I'm just layering. That's all I'm doing. The more you layer, the more epic things become, okay? I'm just seeing where the shadows are going to hit. And then I can kind of have fun after that. But the shadows are very important. They are very important. Now, it won't be this dark, like I said, but I'm just getting the shadows ready. And mind you, because we're doing layers upon layers upon layers, it doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to go over it and another layer. See what I'm saying? So don't think you already messed up or something. Like, there's still an entire journey left after this step. And I guess we'll color this black a little bit more. Okay. Nice, I'm taking lessons from you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so now let's bring in some white here just to get the teeth colored. Now, I'm not an actual art teacher, so a lot of the stuff I'm doing is basically, not the way to do it, but it is a way, and this way has worked for me. Shiny Gyarados. I guess, is there a difference between Shiny Gyarados and Red Gyarados? All right, so we're gonna can I eat that drawing? Yes. Yes, you can. Okay, so I'm just gonna get everything that's supposed to be. White or gray. Notice I changed brushes. This one's a little smaller, which means I can reach other areas I could not before. Okay. I'm just doing this so y'all can see the big picture. They call it red because it's red. Oh, okay. And when you're painting, guys, you just got to enjoy the process, man. A lot of people will be like they're going to watch my live, like actual artists are going to watch this live, and they're going to be like, that's not how you do it. That's how you damage brushes. That's how you do this, do that. I mean, yeah, I'm sure you're going to damage brushes doing it my way because, I'm not the top follower of rules, I guess. But this way has worked for me. So at the end of the day, if it works, it works. See what I'm saying? Whatever works for you works. It doesn't have to work for Johnny or Billy. It only has to work for you. If it works for you, you got it. So obviously I'm just doing the teeth right now. That way y'all can see the vision. Now, there is such thing as artist block. Like, this was supposed to be a totally different image. But then I was like, what do I want to do? And then I started looking up, like, aliens and stuff, and I was like, I was headed the right direction. You know when you're searching for stuff and you can feel like you're headed to the right direction, but there was something more that I needed. And then I ran into Gyarados, and I was like, hey, that sounds like that feels like something I want to do. But I want to do it my way. You know what I mean? And that's where we are right now. Okay, so for the most part, I got the teeth pretty good there. Oh yeah, Digimon? Of course. Digimon had a run, you know, when I was a kid. Deserves a lot more respect, to tell you that much. All right. It deserves a lot more respect. Now, his gums are like beige. So we're just gonna try to keep the same colorway. Of course, like I said, the black is gonna it's gonna be all shadowy. It's gonna increase the depth. But I'm just coloring the gums. And obviously there's heavy black here, so it's gonna look all muddy, and it's okay. Because this is like the first coat. We're just trying to apply the colors where they belong. And then we'll worry about the highlights and the highlights and the shadows later. See what I'm saying? So if it looks muddy, it's okay. Keep going. And who knows, I might just change his gum color to regular pink gums. It depends on what the artist wants at the end of the day. Notice I'm not even worrying about staying in the lines, because this is like rough draft stuff, you know? You will not mess up any art piece, especially when you're first starting. It's almost like writing an essay and then turning it in without doing a final draft. Like, what? You still got to proofread it. You got to make sure your spelling's good. You got to make sure you run it by somebody real quick. If you don't do that, And then you get a bad grade and you wonder why. It's because you didn't even do a final draft. The teacher's corrections are still on the paper. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can make anything art. Very true. So I'm just trying to color the gums for now. And we'll just evolve as we go. All right, so that's what we got so far. I took some inspiration from Predator, if y'all didn't catch that yet. Let's see. Now let's get some more red to get this part. Like I said, the highlights will come later on. We're just trying to color all the areas that we know need to be colored. Don't worry about mixing colors. We're just trying to get the piece colored. You gotta view art as an experience, not a final destination. You will mess up a lot, but that's what makes art art. Can't do art without messing up. You really can't. You know what I mean? Without messing up, it no longer becomes art. Like I said, I apologize for the not having an easel ready. I misplaced mine apparently. That's why my painting keeps moving, because I have it on like a little stand, but it's not meant for painting. So if it falls, my bad. Thank you. Now, it's cool to see it develop though, you know what I mean? Like, it is an experience, it is a journey. And you have to go through this journey to be able to be happy with what you made. See, just light. Remember, nothing is final until you say it's final. Nothing is final until the artist agrees it's final. The downside of it is that's why some artists spend like months on their art. So you have to get to a point where you ask yourself, does it look good? You know, and if the answer is more yes than no, just put it out there. That's it. It makes no sense to sit there all for 3 months straight and hammer yourself, you know, and beat yourself up as to why it doesn't look good. Like, you have to just be able to set your emotions away from the art. There's stuff that I can still look at till this day and be like, nah, I should have did this, did that. Well, then change it. If you really feel strongly about that, well, then change it. But if you've done everything you can and it just, nothing's happening for your benefit, you have to leave it alone, right? Or else you'll never drop that piece. You'll never upload that piece. You would win an art competition. Thank you, man. Thank you. Is it water-based or oil-based? It's acrylic, but I'm using a lot of water. Just because, you know, I'm just trying to do my layers here. See what we got. But yeah. But yeah, guys, it's all about enjoying your art pieces, man. Having fun with it. If you don't like it, technically it doesn't matter who else likes it. If you don't like it, it's a dud, you know? So you have to like your own stuff first. That's just how it is. You have to. That's a must. So you keep working on your stuff until you like it. But like I said, there needs to be a healthy relationship with that. Not every piece will be the best piece. You know what I mean? How did you learn? You know, I had family members that did art, but more than that, I doodled. You know, I think everyone doodles as a kid. And then painting, for the most part, I just really taught myself. You know, like, I just kept trying stuff. And then I discovered, oh, so that's how they get this effect, and that's how they do that, you know, and yeah, you just keep doing it. But that's how we're supposed to do things.
Motion detected at the front door.
Let me see. Most valuable thing from art for me is the dedication you put into it. Hope your art gets recognized and appreciated. Thank you, man. Thank you. Hold on 1 second. Someone's at my door. Give me 1 second. Never mind. Just a stray dog. But yeah, you know, it's thank you, man. That's all it is. Like, you just teach yourself and continue to teach yourself, continue to learn, continue to make necessary changes that you have to do, you know, to be at the level you want to be. And everyone has different levels. Everyone's on different levels, I should say. And my brushes aren't the cleanest, you know what I mean? My brushes aren't the most amazing. But they do what they got to do when I need them. Give them like alien eyes, so like two shines usually. Kind of pass for some type of alien eyes. Makes it extra shiny. What are you drawing? I'm drawing a red Gyarados or a shiny Gyarados, whatever you want to call it. See, so the teeth or the tooth will be like this. And then if you want to give it more definition, throw an extra line in there. See that? And then the back also needs some sort of shine. Just like that, you know, you can kind of see where it's going. I'm currently in Texas, but I was born in California. So, and obviously you gotta figure out where the shine is. I like the shine, preferably directly over the object, but you know, it is what it is. You see how those little streaks kind of give definition to the tooth? That's what you want. Ceci, thank you. Luke from India, what's good? Oh, sorry about it, bro. Levi from India, my bad. Thank you, bro. I have to let these dogs in. Hold on 1 second. So like I said, guys, this is like just the rough draft. And when this starts drying, then it starts making more sense. See that? It's been good, Levi. Appreciate you asking. All right, so we just keep working with it, right? We just keep working with the elements here. You know, all this, that's all shadowy, but it's gonna make sense as time goes on. And I guess we can start bringing in some highlights just to see. And obviously, you know, if we need to go darker, it's fine. We'll go darker. But I'm just doing this to show y'all what, you know, what can be done in art. Now, this might be a little more highlighted than usual because it's pink. This color that I'm conjuring up is pink. Now let me add some red in there because I don't really want it too bright. Like I said, there's no such thing as messing up. If it gets too bright, then I gotta come back with the red. That's all it is. That's all it is, guys. So based on the shadows, the shine is probably up here, right? The sunlight. So, see that? We're just kind of getting all the highlights out of the way. Kind of get something like that. Something like that. All this is just another template to see how we're gonna do things. Notice it's really light. You can go darker if you want. I'm just using this as a template to see where we're at. Highlights and shadows are always crucial in paintings. They determine the shapes of the figure, shapes of the artwork. Let me let these dogs in real quick. Give me 1 second. Where'd you go? Looks sick. Thank you, thank you. What's your favorite anime? Dragon Ball Z, Pokemon. Clean. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, and then, like I said, this is just a template here. We're gonna go brighter later, but I'm just seeing how things unfold, I guess. See that? I'm literally testing the waters right here. Seeing how these things are unfolding. Seeing what muscle structure needs to have more highlights and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. Layers, layers, layers. Everything needs layers. Without layers, we don't have a finished piece. Yes, sir. Trust the process. All right. Now I do have 2 reds. This one. I was painting in crimson red. I have a bright red. Let's see how that looks. Might add a little, good little, ooh, that's really red. Let's see. And also, brushes do matter. I don't really, I don't really worry about brushes, but they do matter. See, this one's more of a lipstick red. See that? Ooh, this one's like really, really dark red. Kind of like it. I didn't say, I said the brushes matter. It really has nothing to do with size. And also, if you guys need help, you know, I always Google stuff. Like, that's what's helped me. Going to Google, how do eyes look when this expression's made, or, you know, look at yourself in the mirror and start doing expressions. And, you know, you can learn a lot from just, you know, just looking in the mirror and doing stuff. This is a very bright red. All right, so let's give this some red. Love it so far. Shout me out, please. What's up, Cherish? Well, you just keep working at it. Till it becomes what you want. And the more layers you add, the more stronger the paint is. Why? Because there's a lot of paint. And paint dries, or acrylics dry easily. Wanted to bring his eyebrow a little more lower. See. It takes time and I like it. Thank you, Scary Lemon. Here to go sleep. All right, Levi, you have a good one, man. Thanks for joining the live. All right, so now yeah, you're just working on the skin tones here. Notice I'm lightly going over the shadows that I've already laid out. See the definition right here? All that, all this, the cheekbone definition. That's what you want. And that only comes from layering. You see how that shadow kind of faded in, but it has some of the characteristics from the dark, the black from a previous layer. That's what we want. We want to keep that sort of stuff. And remember to try to keep that motion going. The motion of like, as if it's, it has some realism to it. For instance, I know this is an eyebrow, right? I'm not gonna just, I'm gonna make sure I flow with the eyebrow so that when I blend it, it has a better outcome. A better outcome. So right here. You see, so now I'm using the dark red, kind of using it to start shaping the eye. And the reason why it's working is because it's in the same family. I just added black to the red I was already using, which lets me know that this red is gonna blend well because it's basically the same red I've been using. See what I'm saying? But now look at the eye, looks very very strong. Obviously with details, you want to try to use a smaller brush. Very nice Pokemon, thank you. Scary Lemon, thank you, thank you. We love shiny Gyarados. Thank you, thank you. So for now, we're gonna leave that the way it is. And then we're just gonna focus on the other elements. So sometimes, I don't know if y'all paid attention to that, stuff like this, that means either I didn't put enough paint or I left a lot of water in that. So just kind of soak your brush with more paint and it should cover it. You see? Boom. I have a big collection of Pokemon cards and a Mewtwo. I was this close to doing Mewtwo. That's awesome. I really was pretty close to doing Mewtwo. Because I was like looking at aliens and stuff, seeing what I should do. And then I was like, you know what? Aliens are kind of like, you know, creatures of the sea. I was like, you know what? Let me try to see a Gyarados or something. So that's how this was birthed. I guess I just cut a Gyarados. I see this. Rashawn, thank you, man. It's a sign. It is a sign. Get that shiny Gyarados, dude. It's the universe telling you. All right, so right here, I'm just gonna add more of that red, powerful red. But you see, guys, the ones that I've been watching for quite a bit, layering is the key. Layering fuses all the shadows and the highlights and all that. I'm trying to turn this because the light is basically showing the paints as if they're like not fully there. So right here, go ahead and use some more of that red, that lipstick red. And guys, if you're not already subbed, please hit the subscribe button. Helps me out, builds my channel, grows my channel. And, you know, that's the goal for this channel. So it would greatly help me out, and I would definitely appreciate it if y'all subbed. So right here, I'm trying to build his, whatever that is, his horn, right? You see how the red layer is blending nicely with the previous black layer. That's why I try to do the darks first. It just, I don't know. It just has a better feel, in my opinion. But, you know, that's just one artist telling you. It depends. Every artist is different. So whatever suits you is the best way. Because I'm going to do stuff that you're going to look at it and be like, why did he do it that way? It's just because I'm used to it and it helps. It just, eventually you start learning your own way. You know, and yeah. So look, this eye is very dark. I need to start bringing some shadows on this eye. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do. So this eye will give it some shadow like this. Kind of make it like a little bigger. Trying to match this. I'm gonna give it some more of a circular motion. Like that. Kind of like a human eye. Kind of elongate these wrinkles right here. And then, since I have some left in my brush, add some shadow right here. So see, we're trying to match the shape right here to right here. Now if I have enough red. Thank you, Scary Lemon. Man, I wish I was like you. Just keep practicing. Keep practicing, my guy. And it's okay if your paintbrush is dry. I personally like the effect. But that's just me. Like I said, everyone's going to have their own way of doing things. Wait, is this? I don't have that Pokemon phase, just only for Eevee, my favorite score bunny. Well, yeah, I started when Pokemon barely came out, so I was like first generation type dudes, you know. And then like my all-time favorite is always Blastoise. Will always be Blastoise. Why? I have no idea. It just is. I just liked them. So let me add some of the red back in. See how it's blending the colors nicely? It ties the shadows in. And if I gotta update it, I will. You see that? Very cool, very cool. But like I said, guys, you learn. The more you test yourself, you start learning new things. So for the most part, those eyes now look a little more together. Same type of shadow. Obviously, this stuff I got to clean up, you know, but I wanted to get at least the eyes pretty well done. Adding the depth of the eye, making it look more 3D and realistic. I love it. Appreciate it, man. And that is the key. It's all from layering. Without layers, we have nothing. And that's everything. You know, with animation, with music, without layering, we have nothing. It's just very bland and unfinished. Unfinished looking, unfinished. The feel is just is not finished yet, you know? But like I said, this is just one artist's thoughts. Whatever suits y'all is what matters. And some people's art style is like that of like not really detailed stuff, you know? And they know how to do that. They know how to, it looks good when they do that. So it just depends. Whatever you want to master. Whatever you want to master. See that? So it's basically whatever you want to do. Just continue to do it your way. And if it looks good, it looks good. So the eyes look pretty cool now. Yeah, let's see, it's all about layering. See how that looks? Like a lot of depth going on right there. The visual companion book helps me learn all about them, right? Yeah, I have to, it's tough going live. I wish I had a reference, to do my stuff, but I got to basically draw it out and then just leave it to my interpretation. Well, I mean, like sketch it out and leave it to my interpretation, which sometimes I'll get, I'll be off on some stuff, but it's just the price I pay when I go live. But I know some people, they got their iPads and stuff and they use them while they're live to see the reference. But not me. One, because I don't have an iPad, my kids do, but one day. And it's supposed to be blue, yep, but this is there's such thing as a red Gyarados. Basically, it's like the rare one. Or the shiny Gyarados. Damn, look how powerful that red is. Sheesh. Look, this is just the base color. I haven't even added the highlights yet. That is crazy. Well, anyways, guys, I might be winding up or winding down, however you want to say it. I just wanted to give y'all some sort of a artful entertainment. And I hope I helped someone who's starting off. And obviously you can wet your brushes too, but the color will be more faint. See, I wet my brushes right now and look at the color. I mean, it'll spread easier, but it won't be as strong. Like, see, this is already like a dry brush. It's all about layering, guys. Damn, this is a powerful red. Sheesh. Very bold red. Yes, sir. This is a long color pencil. Red, sadly. Yeah. I just try to have everything I need whenever I feel like doing art. That way I don't have to delay. You know what I mean? All right. So it's looking really cool, man. Looking really cool. I need to figure out a brown for this. Maybe not a brown, but on the photos, the reference photos, his gums are beige. But I don't know if I want to keep it beige. I think I want to make it like normal gum colors, like pink. Hold on, guys. Let me grab my charger. My phone's about to die. Hold up. By the way, guys, you guys can share this live if you think it's really cool. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. It's a big boy, it is, man. All right. Let us... I don't know, man. Because this is supposed to be beige. I kind of want to do it pink. Pink has a more gummy feel. Let's see. Let's see some pink right here. Only thing is, maybe I can use some of that red. Yeah, let me use some of the red with this pink. Might be a little grayish, but it's okay. So now I'm just gonna recolor this whole thing. The gums. And then because I really wasn't feeling the other color anyways. Even though that's its rightful color, it's just, I think it was throwing me off because it's not a gum color, you know? All right, so let's continue to work on this guy. See, sometimes you just gotta adapt. You know, it's at the end of the day, it's whatever the artist wants to do. If you like it the other way, keep it the other way. If you like it the new way, keep it the new way, you know? It's whatever you want to do as the artist. And if you take a risk and don't like it, it's okay. You can always, change it up. Now, if you guys didn't notice, I took some of the reference from Predator also. So it's basically a predatorized Gyarados. Isn't that cool? No one's spotted it yet. Once again, this is just the rough draft here. And yes, you can use some water to kind of drag the color out. See? If you don't want to paint so dry. I found out that I paint pretty dry. That's just, I like the effect. But you don't have to do it my way. Whatever artwork that needs to be due never gets the right amount of effort put into it. Yeah, a lot of the times it's because you're not feeling it. Like, you don't enjoy doing it. Like that specific art piece, When you start enjoying your stuff, it gets way better, man. Way better. All right, so... Oh, wait, this is... Well, anyways, guys, let me let y'all go. I've already been on live for a while, but I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. And yeah, and we'll see the next stages of this piece. Anyways, I love y'all. Thank you for joining, and stay safe. Peace.